Superintendent of Jackson Public Schools, Jeff Beal. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm, reasonably stressed out, but it is what it is this week. We're never bored. How's that? I tell you that I know there's a lot of frustration, a lot of folks in the community who are as stressed out as we are, and it's something new today.
Yes, as all our viewers know, a ransomware cyber attack occurring over the weekend with the intermediate school district technology and systems. The interruption and the cyber attack, the ransomware attack, responsible for schools being closed so far 3 days this week. And I know the intermediate school district is coordinating communication on this, and they provided updates via news releases at the end of each day. And is there anything more that our viewers can know?
We get a lot of questions, and of course there's rumors on every Facebook channel out there that they've got nuclear launch codes and everything else with their piece. But I guess I keep asking for patience, because what happens is we talk about all the things that go into operating a school, right? And so it's not just our Power School, our student information system, but everything's on this network. Everything's kind of piggybacked on this network, from our phones to our security systems to, heating and cooling, the door automation controls. All of these pieces are intertwined, our food service computers, all of this stuff. And so when the network goes down, it's not just, hey, let's grab paper and pencil and do it old school, although every school district in Jackson County is having this conversation about how can we open school even if I've got to get out chalkboard and slate tablets, right? So we're all working on that, but some of this is, what happens in emergency? What happens? Do we have the ability to even call for help if that were to be the case? And so all of these pieces we're still dialing in, and hoping that we're making great strides to be able to reopen, and we're getting closer every day. And then everybody's going, well, what about kids in the building? Why can't we be in the building? And part of the challenge is something simple, like your cell phone, right? Like, how many of our students are even pinging the cell phone or have their Wi-Fi on? And so what I don't want, and I think the bigger challenge is we don't want somebody to accidentally hit the network, either through the guest or whatnot, and reset this whole system, reset all the gains that we've made, and have us end up back at square one. So when we go live, when we turn these systems on kind of one at a time, we want to make certain that we're safe, and that we're not gonna accidentally take 3 steps backwards, because as frustrating as this is for all of our parents and students, it's equally frustrating for us. We very much want to be open. We very much want to be educating our students, and so that's part of the greater challenge, and we're getting closer. I was talking with security experts, and they're telling me this happens 100 times a month across the country. 100 times a month. Think about that. And it's just a numbers game, right? They just blast out these attacks, and all they need is to thread the needle. And if they throw out 1,000 of them and they hit 3 on any given day, well, that's probably successful fishing for them. But I want to remind everybody that this is a crime, and everybody who's experiencing this, from the schools to the students to the parents, we're all victims of this crime. And right now we're trying to work in the disaster recovery mode. And I think that's one thing where JPS has been pretty good over the years, is how do we respond to a crisis? How do we communicate out to our parents? How do we keep the community in the loop so that everybody understands what we're doing and why we're doing it? And I think right now the biggest key is we're doing this to keep ourselves safe, make certain that when we bring students back into the building, they're safe, and that we're not going to trip through, another tripwire down the road and end up back in the same position because we came back, and I'm going to say this, too early. And that's the greatest challenge right now. I'm hoping to have some more information. I get a lot of information in the afternoons. So we meet a couple times a day as a county. We have a morning conversation and an afternoon conversation. So I'm hoping that this afternoon I've got some more information that I can relay out to our constituents, to our community. And we're working, like I said, right now. How do I figure out how to get the lights turned on? How do I figure out how to get kids back in the building? So it's priority number one. Believe me, nobody wants it to happen as much as we do. We daily are trying to figure out what's the path forward, and and some of the pieces, may be very limited when we come back. So, it's just going to be slow steps or baby steps, but I just don't want to trip. Everybody wants us to hurry, but nobody wants us to have to redo all the progress that's been made in the last couple of days.
So stay tuned. Late this afternoon on JTV's social media and our website. Also, each school district is providing information on their websites and on their Facebook pages, along with the ISD. And it's typically between 4:30 and 5 that the decision gets made about tomorrow. Yeah,
and what I'd just encourage everybody to do is dial it down just a minute. Don't invite problems we don't have. Don't invent new ones. Like I said, don't assume the worst, presume the best. That we're working very hard to recover or protect all of our data and all of our access and all of our students. So what I know is that there are cybersecurity experts who are here to help us. I'm certainly not. I'm an operator. I'm a user, right? But there are, I tip my hat to the team that's working to get us back up and running. These are the folks that are best equipped to do that for us. And we get a lot of reach out, a lot of help. I work in cybersecurity. I'd love to help you out. And if you work in cybersecurity, then what you know is I can't give you access to our network to help us out because I don't know, if you're a good actor or a bad actor. At this time, we're making great strides forward, and that's really where I want us to be. So we're just patient, and I know that's the hardest thing to be, is patient, but what I will tell you is this: when we return, we will be safer tomorrow than we were yesterday. That's my commitment to Jackson Public Schools, to our constituents, to my students and staff. All right. Well, we had all the leaves come down, I think all on one day, and just in time for leaf relief. Listen, we got it done before the snow fell. That was just what I needed. I think that leaf relief, it's been running, I think since 2013 was maybe the first year. Was it Aiden Sova? No, I think it predates Aiden. It was Funkhauser. Yeah. Michael Funkhauser. Yeah. And I think he was 2013. I don't want to get that wrong. But Leaf Relief was out again. I think they had an opportunity. What a wonderful group of kids. I think they hit roughly 40 houses, might be a little bit more than that, 40 homes in our community. And we continue to stress community service at Jackson High School. I think that's a great part of learning beyond the classroom. Mm-hmm. And certainly I think it builds better community, better Vikings when we're out doing these things. And so just really proud of the work that they're doing. And that's just one of, many. I mean, we kind of preach this and teach this up and down the grades, as far as giving back and community service. And so just a really super proud of these kids and again, the ongoing efforts to support the community. Our new aquatic center potentially could be producing the center's first state champion. Wouldn't that be fun? Week. Yeah. Hats off to Megan Jones, who's going to compete this weekend. I think she placed 10th at regionals and is off to the state competition this week. What a wonderful athlete! One of our gymnasts, one of our a tremendous student at Jackson Public Schools, and we have high hopes that she's going to bring home a state championship. She certainly got all the skills. There's no doubt about it. Would be nice. Yeah, and you can see a lot of Megan Jones in action on GTV.tv from the beautiful new Jackson High Aquatic Center. Hey, you said something about Aquatic Center. Can I real quick? Sure. I want to give a plug because we had our first community swim 2 weeks ago. And I think we had about 50 people show up to swim. It was a great event. They've got another one coming up this Saturday, and the pool will be open one way or another because you won't need to worry about the internet or network. We're just going to open the doors. And the YMCA is a partnership with the Y, and they provide the lifeguards. And so we're going to open up the pool, come in, and they run 2 sessions. I think the first session is a lap swim, a slower pace, a quieter event, and then it opens up to an open swim after that. And it's relatively affordable. I want to say it's $4, $5, something like that to get in the door. And that just pays for the lifeguards, right? I mean, they have to pay for their crew to be there. But we hope that you'll come out Saturday. I'll get something posted on our media pages, so Facebook, Twitter, social media, that kind of thing. I know the Y is doing that as well. But we hope to see you out because this is a good opportunity for the community to come in and take advantage of this community resource. I mean, when we built the pool, one of the things we talked about was our ability to open it up and get community down there to swim. So
Right.
good opportunity to come play.
All right, the Viking Marching Band will be in the Christmas parade on Friday night.
Yep.
Plus, you've got some other band concerts, holiday stuff.
We do, but our band is going to be here. And then, here's something neat going on this Friday too. Our new teacher cohort, we do a lot of work to kind of bring those new teachers into the fold to help them see what Jackson's all about. We believe that Jackson's a great place to raise a family, to live, to play. I mean, there's just tons of stuff to do. So I want to say thank you to Bella Notte across the street. Our new teachers are going to be there this Friday and doing some, hors d'oeuvres and so on. Great place to watch the parade. So again, we just one of those things that Jackson Public Schools is doing to really make our new staff feel part of our community and let them see kind of the traditions and the great things going on in Jackson.
Yeah, and several of your retired staff, that's their haunt, Bella Notte. So they'll meet perhaps some retirees and some newbies.
Yep, absolutely.
It's October, middle school at Parkside, collecting socks.
They did. I think they collected 2022, right? So 2022 socks for the interfaith shelter, for our clothing closet. Now's a great need, great time of need, and it sounds like, oh my gosh, you got 2,000 pairs of socks. It's one of those overlooked items, right? That people often don't think about and make a big difference. So super proud. Again, we talked about that community service bit, that giving back, and Parkside is a fabulous school under the leadership of Krista Jarvie. Super happy with the direction that building is going, and those kids are, again, they make us Viking proud, don't they?
They do. Great to see you, Jeff. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I didn't have more on the cyber stuff. I know everybody wants all the details in the world. Everything comes out in time. What I can just tell you is please be patient. We're continuing to work forward, and I'm hoping to have a new message out to everybody tonight, 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there.
All right. Jackson Public Schools Superintendent Jeff Beal. A lot more coming up. We have